I did a course years ago with the writer and director Adrian Mead, and he said, keep on doing what you're doing, keep on getting what you're getting. And that really kind of stuck in my head as a new writer, because I thought, well, you know, that could mean something negative, or that could mean something positive. And I thought, well, and I remember having this, you know, really conscious thought about it, about what he said at this course, and I thought, yes, the more positive you are, you know, positivity begets more positivity, negativity begets more negativity. So I've got to be as positive as possible and actually try and surround myself with positive people and positive goings on and let go of all the negative stuff, and then I will move on. When I look back through my life, I've always been interested in stories. I've always been interested in all these different connections between stories and how to tell the best story, and what are the components of the best story have always been of huge interest to me. So I wouldn't say it was accidental, but at the same time, where I've ended up wasn't where I thought I would end up either. I was a single mum, I was a teenage mum, and so I decided I was going to be sensible. I was going to be an English teacher. I was going to go out into the world and teach English and provide for my son and be sensible. I'd already done a degree in script writing for film and television. I wasn't really sure whether it was taking me anywhere. I'd fallen into script reading a bit during the course, because I'd had to do a work experience placement to pass the course. So that's how I got interested in script reading, because I didn't know it was a job. I literally didn't know it was a job, but I obviously, you know, when you first start as a script, you've got to do it for free, all that kind of stuff. So on that basis, I thought, you know, I'll be a teacher, and maybe I'll do a bit of script reading on the side, and I'll keep my hand in that way, and all that kind of thing. So I did my teacher training. I got a job in a language school in the end, so I was doing a lot of TEFL teaching, and I thought, oh, everything's going quite well, and then suddenly the school closed down. And I was like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? And I was really, and so I was back working at like a supermarket. I was feeling very kind of low, thinking, oh God, you know, what the hell's happening in my life? You know, I was making such good headway, and then suddenly I'm back to square one, it felt like. So I thought, well, what shall I do? And I started to notice there were these things called blogs. And I thought, maybe I can do something with blogs, because I thought, oh, I'll set up doing feedback for people, because one thing I did notice was people kept asking me to read their screenplays, and I'd say, oh no, I'm too busy, and they go, I'll pay you to give me feedback. So I thought, oh, okay. So I started doing, you know, a bit here, a bit there. From there, I got some working for free at other places, film festivals, a couple of schemes that have closed down now for TV writers, that kind of thing. And I started doing it more and more and more, and I've been unemployed for a short period, and then suddenly I realised I was earning enough money to just do that. I thought, oh, I might be onto something here, because I was still a single mum at this point, and didn't have any childcare or anything like that, so I needed something that I could do between school times. So I started doing that, and I noticed a lot of the time I was actually repeating myself when I was giving feedback. So I started writing on my blog more and more about these different craft elements, so that way I could give people better value for money, because I'd say, well, this is the problem with your script and this is what I'm talking about. So I referred them to my blog of the time, and I also began to realise that I really loved editing scripts much more than screenwriting. So I started to really go after jobs where I could collaborate with filmmakers, so I could see films actually get made, and some of them were for free, some of them were paid, and I started to build up my portfolio of things that I'd worked on as a script editor rather than just a script reader, and from there I was able to open some doors into getting in the room with some filmmakers, you know, both big and small. I was getting involved in more workshops as well. I made contacts with people like Chris Jones at London Screenwriters, you know, and I was lucky to be brought on at a very early stage of London Screenwriters and help organise that. Chris and some other guys decided they were going to put on a screenwriting festival in London, and it was about June, July time when they said this, and because Twitter was alight saying, "Oh my God, you know, what are we going to do? We need an event for screenwriters." So Chris Jones kind of said, "Oh, I'll put one on." You know how he is. He's like, "Oh, I'll do a screenwriting festival," and he said to me, or one of his other guys said to me, "Did I want to be involved?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And they said, "Oh, we're thinking of October," and I was like, "Oh, October 2011." They were like, "No, this October." And I was like, "Oh my God, are you crazy? Are you crazy? That's mad." But for some reason I just found myself going, "Yeah, okay, yeah, fine, let's do it." You know, and I think that's how great opportunities come about. You just say yes, you know, even if something's crazy, you just go, "Okay, yeah, let's do it." It really came off, and it was a great event, and it solidified itself in as a main event in the screenwriting calendar, and it's got such a great selection of things going on. You know, there's like 3 or 4 strands to it now. We've got all these great events like the Script to Screens, which are particularly popular, you know, where somebody comes on, like, you know, we've had the writer of Silence of the Lambs, you know, doing a script to screen, talking about his screenwriting process as the movie's playing, and there's going to be one this year with Die Hard, and the writer, I think it's Jeb Stewart, I think his name is, and it's you know, it's really, really exciting.